I think it was Elie Wiesel who wrote in his book about it. It was where some rabbis put God on trial in one of the concentration camps. Have you heard that story?
Yeah, yeah, I've heard stories like that, and there are these sorts of stories throughout Hasidic tradition as well, where something bad happens and the rabbis form a court and they call God to judgment and they say, what's going on? This is unfair. It's this whole
The,
problem of theodicy and
the crazy part for me
why.
about the story is like it's like they put God on trial and they came to the conclusion that what happened was clearly wrong, but then they went on to pray, and it's like
Exactly.
it's like one,
You
one of
know,
the one of the I think like says so much about the Jewish tradition, faith in general. It's like saying yes to life in spite of everything. It's like one of the things Viktor Frankl also um, proposed. Yeah, very interesting. If you could like consult with one of your ancestors from back then, who would you pick and what would you ask them? Like if we would
oh
find a
boy.
technology to have the family tree interactivize, and maybe we could back and forth and have, instead of me as a poor interviewer, you have one of your own answers that you can have a conversation with them.
Gee, that's difficult. I don't, I would have loved to have met my grandfather, my father's father. Um, I think I think I looked like him. We don't have photos of him. Um, and but whenever I used to cut my hair very short, my father would be very annoyed, and I think he didn't like that. So, but I'd love to know from him what life was like. I've heard it, from my father, bits of it, of what life was like in this small town in Poland. Because my grandfather was a businessman and my grandmother worked with him in the business and they were, prominent within their community and well off and very generous as well. And sort of trying to, again, piece the understand the environment that my father grew up in, and that helps me understand my father in the same way I understand myself through the environment I grew up in, because we are all, a product, a mix of nature and nurture, and the that household that we grew up in very much informs our values. So, there isn't any one question that I'd say, I wish I could ask him this.